Good morning and welcome to the first of the new version series of French Fridays. And today, I thought I'd do something totally new I've never done before, which is Chateaux by Metro. You can see a bunch of them. Between the Metro and the RER, it's really easy to just wander out of Paris and go see a number of castles. Some of which you've heard of before, some of which I'm sure you haven't. I'm gonna try to hammer out 5, and I'm sure there's some that won't be included at all, but you know, this will definitely get you started. Now, a quick distinction between the two. The RER system and the Metro are two separate systems run by different people, but they are overlapping, and your ticket will work for both. However, the RER goes out, it's a regional train. It's gonna go a lot farther than the Metro, which means that you might wanna make sure you get the right ticket for those zones. There are a couple of the places we're gonna go today. We're gonna wanna make sure, well, today, this week, we're gonna wanna make sure that you get the right ticket so that you don't get fined for going beyond what you paid for. But on all the Metro lines, your simple Metro ticket should get you through without any fuss. Oh. This first one I'm going to today is Château de Sceaux, which is on line 13, just outside of Paris, which means your Metro ticket will get you there, nice and easy. I've never been to this one, so it'll be interesting to go see it. The end of the line changes, so you want to make sure you get on the correct train. We're going to Gabriel Paris, so it's really important to make sure that you get on the right one, otherwise you're going to end up all the way over here, and then you're going to have to come back. That's not what you want.
En chantant des chansons, moi, dessus. Bon. Bon. De Paris n'importe où.
Well, the park right next door is definitely delightful, if nothing else. Oh, doesn't look like I can walk through the park to get to the chateau though, so yeah, I'm gonna go back out. This is beautiful. The neighbors' houses aren't so bad either. I don't know if it's open though, it looks kind of closed. It's just another example of why you might not want to trust Google Maps on everything, like ours. It's really wrong. According to their website, they're only open on Sundays. Not really sure what to believe at this point, but it is still beautiful and worth coming and taking a look from the outside. And then from here, you could easily walk down to the river. The park is really nice, but this is probably going to rank lowest on the interactivity score, but definitely pretty high on the quickly consumable score if you're looking for a quick peek at a chateau. It's nice. I'll have to come back one of those Sundays and actually check it out on the inside. Okay, moving on. This next one's an obvious one, Versailles. I'm just gonna give you some tips on how to get out there, and it's very, very easy. It's about 20 to 30 minutes outside the city, if memory serves, on the RERC, which if you see Notre Dame behind you, or John walking along the street, you're likely to be able to find it very quickly. Actually, don't base this on John at all. He's always moving. You never know where he's gonna be. But we're gonna hop on the Metro here. And remember that with the RER, you gotta make sure you're getting on the one that's going in the right direction, because it's very easy. Like the RERC goes straight to Versailles. It's the end of the line, you hop off. It's no big deal, but it does have 2 different ends of the line. So if you jump on the wrong one, you're gonna go to the wrong place. I'll show you the whole switcheroo as far as where the lines come and go here in a second, but the thing to remember is that you do want to buy a ticket to get out there if you don't have a Navigo, which I do, thankfully. We're here. We want to end up at Versailles, but we could end up at Saint-Quentin. We could end up at Pontoise. So make sure you get on the correct one. Again, reiterate, make sure you get a ticket that gets you all the way out to Versailles. Just go to the machine, you can choose Versailles as your destination. That'll charge you, I don't know if it's like 9 or 10 euros, something like that. And then you can get out there without getting in any trouble. That's gonna count for the other chateau I'm doing today as well. But yeah, we'll get there. John just walked in while listening to me talk about not using just a regular Metro ticket with a regular Metro ticket. So yeah, we need to get you a Versailles Metro ticket so you don't get in trouble.
I'm playing double first.
I appreciate that. totally wrong. It's only €3.65 to get out there, so that's not bad. Oh, you should have bought a round trip though. That's okay, we'll buy one out there. On some of these screens, you'll see 4 letters. In this case, we're looking for BIC, B-I-C-K, which will be matched on the front of the train, and that's how you know which train you're getting on specifically. So we're gonna wait till BIC shows up, which is not the next train, and then hop on that one. That's just a little trick in case you're not sure you're getting on the right train. The other thing for Versailles, when you get down on the RER, is you wanna walk all the way to the front of the train, which the RER system, unlike the metro system, travels on the left side of the tracks. So it kind of gets you turned around, but because it travels on the left side of the tracks, we're walking towards the front of the train down here. That way, we don't have to walk all the way through the station when we get to Versailles itself. Nora, not ours.
Pour le jour et un mari pour la nuit. J'ai un amant pour l'amour et un mari pour la vie. Si je le trompe le jour, je suis fidèle la nuit. Ma vie se passe toujours au ciel de lit. Ma vie se prend pour le jour.
One trick about getting off the train at Versailles, you can walk straight out, and usually, unlike the rest of the RER, where they make you use your ticket to get back out of the metro, out here they don't. Whether that's because of the sheer volume of tourists or whatnot, I'm not sure. Well, what you can do instead of walking straight out if there are a ton of people, is you can take a hard right and exit that way. So instead of going this way, you can go out there, skip the line. There's not much of a line to skip, but I'm still gonna do this just for, you know, tradition's sake. When you get here, it'll be easy enough to find, but basically get outside of the train station, turn right, walk a little bit up the hill, past Hotel de Ville, this really beautiful mayor's office right here. And then when you get up to what we used to refer to as the tree of orientation right here, turn around, and the castle's just up there. And John's never seen this chateau before.
I'm excited.
There's a quick security check at this tent just to look inside your bags and make sure you're not carrying anything you shouldn't be carrying. Okay. And then you can go either to the left, you know, to go in the castle, or don't go to the right unless you're in a group. That's the group entrance. So go to entrance A and make your way in. The visit will take you something like 45 minutes to an hour if you wander through. Hopefully you get here on a day like today when there is nobody around. This is a miraculous day in Versailles. Usually the lines go forever, and even Rick Steves calls this place hell. Because often it is. It can be a pretty miserable experience if you end up spending your whole day just trying to get inside the chateau, shuffling through a lot of people and getting out. That's why I always suggest you do the bike tours. Because if you do a bike tour with Bike About Tours, they're the guys that I always do the bike tours with. They're gonna take you into the market, out in the grounds, you go see it, go watch one of those videos that I've already made. Really great experience, and then they leave you here at the end of the day to go in to the chateau when things have calmed down, and you can just take your nice wander through and then head back to town via the RER. Pretty cool that you can end up at a place like this just by hopping on public transportation in no time flat. We're not going inside though, like I said, because we don't have time for this nonsense. Although he's got to come back here at some point and go in, because you should do it at least once in your life. I've done it like 4 times. I'm good.
You know, with a line that petite, I think I'm gonna go inside.
All right. Bye, John. Watch where you're going. Can't take this guy anywhere. Anyways, I'm gonna let him go inside because he's actually never seen the inside of the chateau, and I'm gonna go to the next one myself. RER. You wanna make sure you're going to Saint-Germain-en-Laye. It's one of 3 end-of-the-line options. Hop on the train and bounce on out. You know from these screens, the modern screens say which one's coming up next, but then you've also got these old school ones that have the lights that tell you where it's going to be stopping. It's another way you can tell. How cool is that? You take the escalator out of the RER station and it's right here. While the gardens might not be as impressive as Versailles, and the castle itself may not be as big or as covered in fake gold, it is a pretty fantastic looking and unique looking chateau for the area. And some of you might recognize this from a couple videos ago if you watch my regular vlog, but if you walk all the way, I'm actually gonna walk all the way to the edge of the garden here because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a really nice view back towards Paris. Not sure what all we'll be able to see, but might as well give it a look. And yeah, it's a really cool looking castle. Where Versailles might overrank on the interactability scale, where like the lines and everything, it's pretty overwhelming. This is chill. This feels like a local small town environment when you're out here. And it's also just as easy to get to. Hop on RER, head all the way to Saint-Germain-en-Laye, and you're here. On this one, we're headed in the direction of misspells, which is quite the name. But basically, it's really nice. You can look at these boards and you can tell if it's going to stop at Parc de Sceaux, the Park of Sceaux, or not, and it is. And it's going to be on that side. There is a branch in RERB that goes one way or the other, but either one will work. Sceaux or Parc de Sceaux are both stops that are within walking distance of the park and the chateau. So take either one and get off and then start walking. You're gonna have to walk either way. Might as well check it out. Speaking of checking it out, let's go do that right now. This chateau is awesome. It's beautiful. It's not very big, but it's gorgeous. The gardens are impressive. They're huge. It has a big canal, lots of little water features. Normally, like in the spring and the summer, there are fountains spewing about. And if you want to see it in the spring, it's also famous for the cherry blossoms. This place is well known for its cherry blossoms, part of the park. It took me a long time to find it last time I was here, but I have made a video about those. Next on the list, back to line 1 and Château de Vincennes, because, you know, might as well make it easy, right? All right, now it's back to line 1. We're on the metro again. This will get you only need a metro ticket to get to this castle. We're headed to Château de Vincennes. And I have a special guest with me today. A sub-special guest as well. Gotta take your stuff for a walk, and Vincennes is the perfect place to do it. The Bois de Vincennes is huge. There's also the botanical gardens out there. It's more than just one of the coolest castles, former hunting lodges around Paris. It's also just a great place to go for a picnic, for a stroll, and maybe even to run a tiny little Gustave. And this isn't even the castle. That's just the gatehouse. This is probably my favorite castle near Paris because it really feels like a fortress. But you'll see. Let's go inside. Walking through is free, and then there are a couple of buildings you got to pay to go into, which I think is the main castle and the museum. But I've never seen the church not covered in scaffolding. This is amazing. I'm so excited to be in here. I haven't been in here for a really long time. Honestly, it's worth it just to come and walk through. Highly recommend you come here, really easy, end of line 1, bounce in, bounce out. No Gustaves allowed inside though. As you'll notice, he's no longer with me. It's just the unfortunate nature of, you know, being a Gustave. The Château de Vincennes, originally a hunting lodge, built by Louis VII, I believe, and then expanded by and then expanded by one of the Philips. I don't remember which Philip it was. But this place was not only a fortress, it was also a belfry. It's just generally pretty awesome. You should come check it out. I'm gonna see if I can get into the chapel now that it's open. It's never been open when I've been here before. And it's super cool. Turns turns out this is one of the buildings you gotta pay to get into, so I didn't buy a ticket, so I will not be entering. But it looks beautiful. Very, very tall windows. It's impressive from the inside and the outside. Can I recommend it from experience? No. Can I recommend it from standing outside and looking at it? Yeah. Yeah, if you got the time. But how do I leave? It says exit this way, but these two doors won't open. That door's barred. Nope. 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 I mean, that lock looks intimidating, but nope. Well, how the heck am I supposed to get out of here? I guess I have to stay. Oh, darn. And there you have it. 5 chateaus by metro, 5 castles, 5 fortresses, 5 palaces, 5 delightful spots. As here, probably my least favorite. Vincennes, probably my most favorite. So I guess you could say we went from my least favorite to my most favorite, but I don't know if the middle ones are fairly organized in that way. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe and stick around for more French Fridays, or check out my weekly vlogger. All the videos I made before this. And of course, there'll be a lot more time spent wandering around Paris and France as a whole for French Fridays. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you bright and early in a couple Fridays for the next one.